Hey there guys, Mike here. Mike's DVDs and Blu-rays collection is back with another episode for you guys, and I'm going to make a few videos on Josef von Sternberg just to kind of show some of his movies. And Criterion actually put out two really good sets, box sets, within the last 7 or so years or so. So I'm gonna talk about one of those right now. This is I think this is the first one that came out, and this is actually the DVD edition. This is also available on Blu-ray, but this is 3 silent classics by Josef von Sternberg. I know you've probably seen this during sell videos, and you see it pop up and every once in a while and stuff like that. Actually on YouTube you can look up, there's a Criterion did a trailer for this, so it shows all the films and everything. So if you search that, you'll find it. But yeah, this is 3 silent classics by Josef von Sternberg. This covers 3 of his best available silent movies during this short period. There's 2 movies that he made that's considered lost now, and so these are 3. I'm trying to think of how many silent movies he did. I think he did at least 5 or 6, and he kind of helped out some other people too. Kind of came in, directed the movie, and he wasn't credited and stuff for it. But these are some of his best ones. First off, where this set actually contains Underworld from 1927. It's got The Last Command from 1928. And The Docks of New York from 1928. Has some great extras on here too. It's got 6 different musical scores. Basically each movie has 2 different musical scores to choose from, which is pretty cool. By the Alloy Orchestra and by Robert Israel. They both do really good scores. There's 2 visual essays, one by UCLA film professor Janet Bergstrom, and the other by Tag Gallagher, which he really does some good stuff. There's a Swedish TV interview with Sternberg from 1968, which I think he was doing press for his autobiography at that time. Plus there's a 96-page booklet in there with some essays, and stuff like that. And then there's also an excerpt from his autobiography, Fun in a Chinese Laundry, on there, and stuff like that. And there's one about Emil Jannings, the German actor. So let's get right to that. So the first one on the set is Underworld. And man, I rewatched this recently, and it just blew me away. It is such a great movie. It really is. It's such a highly influential movie on all the gangster movies that you would see in the upcoming decade in the 30s and stuff. And the thing about Sternberg was he's always visually a genius. Working with the cinematographers and cameramen that he worked with. I mean, he just created a dreamlike black and white heaven, if you will, and stuff. And sometimes people say, well, visually it looks great, but the movie stinks or something, you know what I mean? Like, I think one of the last collaborations with Dietrich, I think The Devil is a Woman's name, wasn't that great. I think people said visually it looks great, but it's but really all his movies are really good, but visually, I mean, they're just visual masterpieces nonetheless. There's no arguing that point. It's really good. But yeah, this is Underworld. This is a riveting breakthrough, is widely considered the film that launched the American gangster genre as we know it. George Bancroft plays Heavy Bull Weed. Bull Weed is his name. A criminal kingpin whose jealous devotion to his Moll Feathers, played by Evelyn Brent, gets him into hot water with a rival hood and ultimately the authorities. Further complicating matters is the attraction that blossoms between Feathers and an alcoholic former lawyer played by Clive Brook, which Clive Brook is really good in his role. I mean, he plays two different characters and how he's reborn and everything. Really, really cool acting job. With its supple, endlessly expressive camera work and tightly wound screenplay, based on a story by legendary scribe Ben Heck, who won an Oscar for it in the first year of the awards were given. Underworld solidified von Sternberg's place as one of Hollywood's most exciting new talents, and really cool. This one's got it. The extra on this one is the visual essay by Janet Bergstrom, and this is 81 minutes, and it goes by just like that. I mean, it's so entertaining. It reminds me a lot of some of the German movies that Fritz Lang did, such as 1933's Dr. Mabuse, The Testament of Dr. Mabuse, and some of those. It's really got that look going down pat. You know, it really looks great, and everything. And you know, actually, Ben Hecht, even though he won an Oscar for it, he really hated what Sternberg did with it. You know, he thinks I don't know if he kind of tweaked the script a little bit and stuff, but whatever he did a great job on it. I don't know, Ben Hecht maybe should just, you know, shut up about it. But anyways, next one, I covered the Masters of Cinema Eureka Blu-ray edition of this. This is the Last Command, which is basically Emil Jannings won the very first Best Actor Academy Award for his performance as a sympathetic tyrant, an exiled Russian general turned Hollywood extra who lands a role playing a version of his former Tsar's self, bringing about his emotional downfall. Josef von Sternberg's The Last Command is brilliantly realized silent melodrama and a witty send-up of the Hollywood machine, featuring virtuoso cinematography, grandly designed sets and effects, and rousing Russian Revolution sequences. It's towering above it all is the passionate, heartbreaking performance by Emil Jannings, whose portrayal of the man losing his grip on reality is one for the history books. That's really, really great performance. And finally, guys, this is from 1928. Sternberg gets to work with George Bancroft again. This would be his second teaming with him for 1928's The Docks of New York, which is, man, it's just, you can almost cut the atmosphere with a knife and put it on a plate. I mean, it is just, you know, a lot of dock, you know, stuff, you know, around the dock. It's foggy, it's at night, and just visually the black and white is just so beautiful in this. And roughneck stoker Bill Roberts, stoker is someone who shovels coal into a burner all day to keep, you know, steam and stuff going. So it's a dirty job. And he plays Bill Roberts. He gets into all sorts of trouble during a brief shore leave when he falls hard for May, played by Betty Compson, a wise and weary dance hall girl, in Josef von Sternberg's evocative portrait of lower-class waterfront folk. Fog and Shroud cinematography by Howard Rawson, who later worked on The Wizard of Oz, of all things. Expressionist set design by Hans Dreyer, and sensual performances by Bancroft and Compson make this one of the legendary director's finest works and one of the most exquisitely crafted films of the era, which I totally agree with that. This one has the Swedish TV interview on it. It's 75 minutes, so I mean, I think people really not familiar with silent movies or really think silent movies are over long and boring and everything. An hour and 15 minutes, guys. I think you can get through this. I mean, visually, it's just, man, it's such a great movie. So it really looks great and stuff. Highly recommend that set. Like I said, it's available on Blu-ray also. I guess at the time, I don't know why I picked up the DVD copy of it. I think this came out in like 2016, something like that. So there's no telling. But it also comes with that 96-page booklet, and it's a nice one. It's got quite a bit going on in it, and it's got a lot of stuff. I want to maybe reread this as I'm reading his I got 2 different kind of autobiographies on them, 2 books, so everything. But yeah, really cool set. Highly recommend it, guys. I would probably say go for that Blu-ray so you can get even sharper picture to see that black and white and everything. These would look beautiful as 4Ks. So maybe one day, maybe one of these will pop up as a 4K from Criterion or something. I don't know. It'd be really cool though. But if you're not familiar with Josef von Sternberg past the Paramount movies he did with Marlene Dietrich in the 30s, then this is going to be a real eye-opening experience for you guys to check these out and stuff and see how he got to that point with Marlene Dietrich, because those movies are absolutely stunning. And I'm going to talk about those coming up in another episode, maybe a part 3 of Josef von Sternberg, and some of these box sets and stuff that I have of them. I want to talk about them. So, but yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about all this. And give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Also, don't forget to subscribe and check out my channel. I have all kinds of different genres, from everything from silence to westerns to Euro crime to the latest movies that come out, and books and laserdiscs and everything. So check out my channel and all that good stuff. And I will see you guys again. Goodbye.